What's up, guys? In this episode, I'm going to share with you why this recession can make you rich. Now, as a real estate investor, I began investing at 21 years old, and I'm going to share with you the three keys of a millionaire mindset, of taking full opportunity of this current economy, the recession, and all of the shifting market. Now, at 21 years old, I was broke and didn't know what to do with my life, except I went to a seminar and found out how to buy houses. Everything began to change. You become a millionaire here before you ever do in real life. So for those of you watching this who've not yet made it to millionaire status, I want you to do this one thing for me. If you're not driving, if you're driving, you can do it later, but write down, I am a millionaire. Everything begins to change when you believe that you create your own reality. To be a millionaire first starts in your mind. I'm going to give you two more massive keys to success in this current economy. In fact, ways that you can make even more money than you could have in previous economies. But it all begins with that millionaire mindset. If you believe that this economy can be a massive opportunity for you to gain wealth, there is a big transfer of wealth going on, you're going to choose the side of that transfer that you're going to be on. I want to be on the good side of that. I want to be on the side that I get to help a lot of people, because as good people, the more money you make, the more people you can help. And that is my belief. To be a millionaire is nothing more than creating the mindset and then making it come to reality. Well, easy for you to say, Andrew. You was a millionaire at 23. Yes, except at 21, when I wrote down I'm a millionaire for the first time, I was broke, didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. Except I found out that there was a way, a strategy that I could begin to implement, begin to integrate into my life that would change everything. Now, for me, that's real estate, because I like real estate. It's duplicatable. It could be 1,000,001 businesses. There's people who make their money doing all sorts of different types of businesses and jobs and transactions and owning. I know people that do vending machines, buy vending machines and make money doing that. It doesn't matter what the vehicle is, except I chose real estate because it's totally duplicatable. Regardless of what that vehicle is for you, regardless of what that thing is you're good at that can create the millionaire life for you, know that it starts right in your mind. Know that it starts first and foremost knowing who you are, knowing that regardless of what your current temporary financial situation, that you are a millionaire. And I asked myself this question: was I a millionaire at 21? Well, I wasn't on paper. I wasn't in real life, except I guess I was the same person then that I am now. So I guess maybe I was, except the money wasn't yet deposited into my bank account. So what if you're a millionaire, or better yet, even a billionaire, except the money's not yet deposited into your bank account? It's not about the dollar amount, it's more about the time freedom and the lifestyle choice that you get to have when money is no longer an objective. What will your life be like when you can go where you want, stay as long as you want, do whatever you want, and don't have to worry about a thing? And now, that's not to say that being a business owner doesn't have its challenges, except we work through them. As millionaires, we work through every challenge, and we see every challenge as an opportunity. And when the economy began to shift, it's not something that I wish for or hope for, because I know there's challenges that will come out of it, except I immediately begin shifting, knowing how to make the best of it. Knowing that this current economy is going to provide me even more income and even more wealth than it would have otherwise been given me. So that leads me to how this affects us as real estate investors, how this economy can make you rich as a real estate investor. Well, go with me for a moment. I've bought hundreds of houses by now. At 22 years old, about 50 in a year, and I've done that by using creative financing. Now, if you don't know yet what creative financing does, get ready to get giddy with me, because it changed my world. So imagine, and I'm going to show you how to do it. In fact, there's goes deeper than this, but for the sake of time, we won't be able to delve into every category, but I'm going to give you the overview today and some tools of which you can use to get to that next level and to utilize this economy to make you rich. So right now, rates are rising. Now, that's not something I particularly wish for. Interest rates are going up. Inflation is going crazy right now. And looking at that, I go, okay, interest rates are going up. How do we solve this? So, there is millions of people who've taken out loans on houses at low interest rates over the last several years. Imagine, for example, I just bought a house and the interest rate on it, I think, was 3.25% maybe. So instead of me going in and getting a new loan, it's 7 or 8% on this asset, I simply go in, I agree to take over the current seller's underlying mortgage. I've done this on free and clear houses too and get low interest rates and things of that nature, but go with me on this debt. So the people have debt. It's at a low interest rates locked in for the lifetime of the loan. I come in, I offer to take over that debt. Not assume that debt, but take it over. Simply means my attorney prepares the documents and says that Andrew Schlack's company is going to cover the mortgage on 123 Main Street until it's paid off in full. So now I get the benefit, let's call him Mr. Bill, of Mr. Bill's 3.2% interest rate for the life of the loan. Because it's already on the house, it's already locked in for the life of the loan. And now some of people say, well, is that even possible? Absolutely, I do it all the time. And we do it through our real estate attorneys. We win, the seller wins, everybody wins. Next, how does the seller win? So I buy the house. I tell Mr. Bill, I'm gonna cover this underlying 3.2% underlying debt until I pay you off and until I pay it off in full. Now imagine I would have had to go down to the bank and get an 8% interest loan. Number one, my payment probably would have been double or even triple of what it is on this $600,000 house. Number two, though, that would have made my buying power way less. What is the payment? I'm just rounding numbers here. I didn't bring my calculator with me today. But imagine that you paid $600,000 for a house at 3% interest. Your payments maybe $2,800. Now imagine you paid $400,000 for that house at 7.5% interest. Now your payment is what? $3,000, $3,200. So although you paid way less, your payment is more. Therefore, your buying power goes down. So, although the interest rates affect the market in many ways, this is where we as investors, because of what we know we can go in and we can take over a debt like this, gives us the cutting edge to fully utilize the opportunity of those low interest loans that have been given out, to lock in those rates for the lifetime of the loan, and to continue buying these houses and cash flowing them. So not only was I able to net Mr. Bill the most by buying his house and taking over his debt, I gave him some money the day he moved out as well. And I pay this debt for the lifetime of the loan or until I resell the house at some point in the future and pay it off, whichever comes first. And I have this very low interest rate locked in. Not to mention, I didn't have to go to the bank. I didn't have to guarantee debt. I didn't have to get my credit run. I didn't have to get 32 dings on my credit because I'm buying so many houses in a single month or a single year. All of this happens through the real estate attorneys, plain and simply. Now, I know that's a lot to unpack in a very short segment there. That is only one of the many ways that the current recession helps real estate investors who know how to structure deals, which is absolute key. Guys, in this market, there are so many ways to make money. And the beautiful thing to me is the people who only have one strategy, it lowers competition. So make sure that you have multiple strategies for doing deals. For those of you who choose to follow me and watch my videos, you're going to see me talk about wholesaling and owner financing and subject to and lease options and all of the creative ways that I do real estate every single month. Except in this economy, there's never been a better time. In fact, I'm gathering up houses by the dozens right now because many other people are running away. And what do rich people do? The opposite of what everybody else does. Write that down. If I want to be rich, I need to do the opposite of what everybody else does. When everybody else runs away, we run in. Make sure that you have the proper knowledge, though, so that you structure the deals to be massively profitable. Now, after I buy this asset and lock in this low interest rate, and I own this house, and I'm paying on this house, I have multiple options that I can do with it. Now, simply put, and it's not my favorite, in fact, it's my least favorite, is I could rent the darn thing out. I could rent it out and have a little bit of cash flow every month. Now, my preferred ways would be to lease option it. My second way would be to do that, potentially. Somebody gives me money, they pay me a monthly rental payment, and then they go get a loan and pay me off at some point. More on that in another video. My favorite way in this market would be to do a short-term rental, where sometimes we're getting, depending on the house, $100, $200, even $500 or $600 a night. Short-term rentals. Massively huge opportunity right now to be able to get into that. There's so many ways to make money in this market, to recession-proof your business, to recession-proof your life, and better yet, to excel while everybody else is in fear. There's no reason to fear if you have the right knowledge and you know how to integrate it and implement it rapidly into your business to make it highly profitable. You know, this is a scary time for a lot of people. The more knowledge we have as real estate investors, the more we are able to help more people. More people win. Mr. Bill won because he got more for his house than he otherwise would have. In fact, he might have lost money selling on an open market, except I was able to pay him a great price over time. Everybody wins. I get to own this asset with a really low interest rate, and I get to make money over time on it. So get the right knowledge so that in this very scary time, very shifting time that we live in, you can begin to make massive shifts that set you and your family up for the legacy wealth that you need, want, and deserve. Everything begins to change when we develop the millionaire mindset. In the millionaire mindset comes with seizing the moment. Write that one down. Seize the moment. Rich people make decisions quickly. Some people procrastinate, sit around and wonder, should I do this or should I not? And the opportunities pass them by. They see an opportunity. Now, as I ask you this question, think about it. If I asked you, do you want a Rolls-Royce car? The answer might be yes, might be no. Well, then I ask you this question. If I showed you a $400,000 Rolls-Royce and offered to sell it to you for $50,000 today, how many of you could come up with $50,000 on short notice? Well, probably most of you. You could call friends and family and neighbors or the bank or somebody and get a $50,000 loan for a $400,000 car, or maybe even just write a check, except it's the value provided. Know that you can seize the opportunity, and it all comes from your network. And as you watch this video, it provides you value. That's why you're still watching, is because the value it provides you, it seize the opportunity, seize the moment. In fact, seize the moment, subscribe and like it so you can see more great content. Seize the moment in business, seize the moment in everything you do, so that as these opportunities come to you, you do not pass them by. Your downtime will determine your uptime. If you have the right knowledge, you get to get the best deals. Except some people pass by the same deal I just told you about that I plan to make 6 figures on. Many people pass it by because they didn't know how to structure it. So get the right knowledge, know how to do it, know how to seize every opportunity that comes to you. Know your field, whether that's real estate investing, whether that's another type of industry that you're in. Know exactly what it is that you can seize the moment in this current economy. Write this down. Problem solvers get rich. Figure out what problem you can solve, what solution you can offer that a lot of people need, and the world is your oyster. Everything changes when we change. Get the millionaire mindset, get out of our own way, and begin to make massive changes. Massive changes leads to massive successes. In fact, I don't consider myself to ever have a failure. I consider myself to have successes and learning moments, and nothing else. That's what I want to see for you. Develop the millionaire mindset. Know exactly what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Start with the end in mind and seize every moment, seize every opportunity that comes your way. Now, as you begin to seize those chances, those opportunities, you'll notice some changes. Changes in the environment you're around, changes in the opportunities that come to you. In fact, after you watch this video or listen to this podcast, it's very likely that you're going to begin to notice some real estate deals that you didn't before notice. Suddenly, they pop up out of nowhere, and you begin to notice it. Why? Because you're conscious to the opportunities that are now coming your way. Something comes your way, and you go, well, maybe this is something I could make money on. And so it's very important that you have the right knowledge. You take the downtime to learn, to be able to seize those opportunities and your uptime when the deal comes to you, to know how to turn that deal that everybody else is just passing over into your six-figure payday. Everybody else overlooked it, says, well, this deal does not make sense, except you come along because of what you know, and you create a six-figure income off of that one little deal. You create yourself an extra 4 or even 5 figure a month passive income because of what you know. Being creative in this market and seizing every opportunity is your key for getting rich during this recession. You are loved. Keep listening, like, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you on the next video or podcast.